Hello, I'm Laura. If you are new to the channel, hello. This is a channel where I kind of do a little bit of everything. I do lifestyle vlogs, I do like reviews and all kinds of stuff. I don't want to be that one channel that does just one thing. I want to do everything because I plan on doing like mom vlogs whenever I get pregnant and other vlogs where I plan on doing other things. I just want it to be a multi-use channel. So this video today is, as you could tell in the title, it is a, kind of like a loose, wavy curl. I don't know if people still call it bombshell curls or whatever, but back in the day when I looked up videos, it was like bombshell curls, Victoria's Secret curls. But this is what it kind of looks like. It's still kind of fresh, but throughout the day it will fall out and it will be so good. I like it. I like these kind of curls once they like fall out because they're looser, they're more princess-like, and yeah. My curls always last me a really long time. The only thing I would say, if your hair just takes a while for it to curl, if it doesn't really curl as easy as as I was saying before my husband called me, if your hair does not curl very easily, I would say, do hairspray, but a little bit before you start. That way, your hair is more textured and it grabs more and it stays more into the curling iron instead of it being either creepy crawly or it falling out the next second. So I would just spray hairspray in the whole, like your whole hair, as if you're putting on heat protectant, and just kind of comb it through, and then do it. You don't want to do section by section with hairspray because then your hair will look crunchy, and when you actually brush it out, it would get all tangled up. So I would lightly hairspray it all over, just enough to where it's all even through the hair, and you brush it out. Make sure you don't want it crusty or crunchy looking. So you want it to stay nice and nice and flowy, volumized. So I need to do something with this because I think this is not. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you have not subscribed, please do. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm a small channel, so help out small channels. So let's get started. I don't know if it's going to be a little loud in here because I have a fan right here and a fan up there. And the camper, it gets really hot, especially in this room, because if you see, there's like metal in this room, so the metal gets a little bit hot and it kind of makes this room a little hot. But I also have the door shut. Back here you can probably see my laptop. Hold on. It's loading. I have like 2 items that are about to get loaded and whatever. I'm going to add a few products into my hair. This one I got at Sally's. It's called either Zotos or Zotos, but it's Zotos Professional 180 Pro. To me, it kind of looks like Redken, so it styled just like, it looks just like Redken. It says Pro Peptide Complex Heat Rescue Flat Iron Barrier Thermal Protection Spray. So I'm going to put this in my hair now. When I spray it into my hands, I always like the texture and feel the texture of the product before I put it into my hair. This texture has a very, not sticky, but if you've ever used Garnier with the bamboo extract, that's what it feels like. Vegetable protein, so that's probably why it's sticky, because normally if it has like vegetable or bamboo, which now that it's a little bit dry, it's kind of sticky, but that's okay. It's sticky because it has the protein to absorb in the hair, so it's almost like keratin treatment. That's how I picture it. So once it's bonded with, or once you put heat to it, kind of bonds your hair back together. So I've used this for a month, and it still has product in there. So you can use as much as you want with this. I put this in my hair yesterday, and I also brushed it. That's why my hair is looking a little frizzy and big. But we're just going to spray this in. And then I'm taking my brush. I think I also got this at Sally's, but it's called Wigo Wigo. Apparently it's a Europe company. Or no, I got this from the professional store. So if you want, ask your stylist if she can get the Wigo brand and I'm pretty sure it's for, like, it's a wig brush, like it can be used with wigs, but that's why it has Wigo. But I've used it as a regular everyday hair brush and I love it, have no problems with it. It's supposed to help with static, so if you kind of feel the bristles kind of feel a little rubbery. I also like to use the wet brush. You know, I use that when my hair is wet, but my hair is dry, and it's always important to have, you know, a paddle brush for dry hair to me, because the I don't want to spray my laptop. I'm using a paddle brush for dry hair because to me the wet brush doesn't really get all of the hair. The wig brush is designed to, you know, do little as possible. If you have smaller bristles on wet hair, it has more breakage and damage to it, but the wet brush is supposed to be like, it's supposed to simulate kind of like a wide tooth comb, so it gets as little as possible. It works little by little. And also if your hair is wet, you know, I'll always start from the bottom and go to the top. Even when it's dry, I even do that, because if you start from here and down, all the tangles from here to here are going to be ratted up at the ends, and you don't want that. Okay, so my hair feels like it's all, there's like a section in the middle. And I try to saturate my hair as much as possible, because this stuff dries so fast, so even if your hair feels wet, it will dry up a lot and really fast. So I always start from, like, it depends on how much hair you have, because if I start from underneath my ears, I have this little section, which is not even a lot. So I start from the middle of my ear and go back. But some people, their hairline is lower on their neck, so they have to start lower. When I straighten my hair, I always use a paddle brush, because I find when I use a comb, I try to make it too straight, but we are curling our hair. So what I like to do is kind of straighten up here by the base, get it really good. If you have natural hair, you want to focus more on that part. And then you're going to curl the bottom, and you want to go straight down. Because when you go straight down, it creates a looser curl, and it's not so ribbony. I like to do my hair this way because it doesn't seem water. I'm going to take my rubber band on my wrist, and I'm going to lightly, you know, do that so it separates the sections. And then I'm going to start right here, not up here. This is a temple. I'm going to do right below it, so like your eyes. Me, I like to say I have fine hair. I just have a lot of it. I just have a high density of hair. But if you have really thick hair, I would take smaller sections. Oh my goodness, where's it going? Okay. That's a lot better. And if you're wondering what the blanket is behind me, I have it to like block the sun from the back, so I have better lighting in the front. Okay, so we're going to take this small little section right here, and we're going to curl the ends. And I like to curl away from the face in a downward direction. they like their curls be a little bit more sporadic, and they like to go different ways with their hair. Me, I still do different directions with my hair, but only like from side to side. So on this side, I curl back, and on the other side, I curl back. That way, when my curls are formed, they're both curling into each other in the back, and they create this soft, you know, wavy kind of texture. I also feel like with the paddle brush, it doesn't seem like, what is it? When you use a comb, I always feel like a comb makes it more staticky, frizzier looking. So that's why I always use the brush. Plus you can do bigger sections with the brush. With a comb, I feel like you have to do smaller sections because you have to make sure all the hair fits. Okay, and then curling away from the face, curling towards the back. Doing that. I would say if you have, okay, so my hair is like to my armpit now, so this would be like the perfect length for your hair if you have hair that long. I would say if you have it, if your hair is a little bit shorter, you might want to start your hair closer, and then when you curl, just make sure you don't curl to the very end. But like, not, you know, when you have curly hair, or when you have short hair, you want to at least take an inch away from the face, and you definitely want to make sure you push down. My hair is longer, so I kind of have to go to the side and down, but when your hair is shorter, you can just go straight down, and it works just fine, and it creates those Pretty Little Liar type curls. I always feel like, who's the girl in Pretty Little Liar? I don't really watch that show, but I know she's like the girl that fell in love with the teacher. Her, you would get those kind of curls. So, throw that in the back. I always feel like this is quicker than straightening your hair, because when you have, you know, curls, you don't want them, these curls I don't want too perfect, but I don't want it to be too messy. Think about, how did I do it? Here. Ugh. So one thing about hair. There we go. It's so easy to do somebody else's hair, but to do my own is like mission impossible. One thing I like using the brush on, you know, hair is that when you do a comb, you want to get the really tiny pieces of your hair, but when you do a brush, you're less likely to get those tiny pieces in. And this one, I'm just going to kind of curl like this, just so that that's like that. I'm not focusing on the ends because I want my ends to be nice. That's another thing why I like curling my hair. And we're going to do rubber band again, like this, so it stays in front. And if you notice, I haven't shown the back, and that's because I'm taking the hair from the back and pulling it forward, because when you do that, it creates, what is it? It's kind of like over-directing, so when you do put it back, your hair is more likely to curl more at the ends than, you know, higher up. So your curls will be more uniform if you take everything from forwards. It'll create kind of like this, you know, where the curls start high and go low, and that's what I like about pulling it forward. But now we're going to get right here at the temple. And today I'm wearing my husband's shirt because I tried putting on other shirts and it got too hot, so this is like the shirt that I want to wear today because it's nice and cool. It keeps me cool. Okay, so we're going to take the back part. Take a bigger section. Okay, so we're taking about like one by 1 inch sections. So So 1 inch when you're, going up and down, and going side to side, you want it to be 1 inch also. And this also helps creating the curl section more vertical rather than taking horizontal sections, because when you take horizontal sections and you try to make a vertical type of curl, it will kind of counteract and your curl will be all kinds of crazy. I would say these are good curls for like if you're in a sorority or if you're going to a football game. These are perfect because they're just loose curls. And my hair, I did not blow dry it last night. I just kind of kept it, as is, because they say when you're straightening your hair, you want to blow dry it because you want all the humidity out of your hair as possible. You want your hair really dry so it gets really straight, but you do want to leave a lot of product on it because you don't want to damage your hair with all the drying. You want to make sure it's nice and conditioned. And I do like using a flat iron because it kind of creates this nice beachy wave where it doesn't really mess with the ends. As you can see, the ends are fairly pretty straight and untouched. And it, makes your hair last longer too, without any dead ends. It doesn't matter if they don't come out to be perfect curls. We're just trying to go for like a beachy, subtle wave. We just want the very ends of the hair curled because it creates that princess look. So far, I have this. When you kind of play with them, it makes the curls softer and light. But we are going to brush them through because we don't want to look like an 8th grader. 8th graders, how they curl their hair, but it ends up looking like, ribbon. Okay, so now we're going to go right here. Oh! I forgot to put the rubber band on. So now we're going to go like right here. Up. This is called the apex of your head, which is the very top part of your head. I'm going to take the back section, so from like behind the ears up, I'm going to take this section and I'm going to curl it like the rest, but I'm going to curl the whole front section a little bit different. So this, we're going to curl away. That way it blends in with the rest of the curls in the back. Some dead hair in there. That's another thing when you have dead hair just sitting in your hair, it kind of messes with the curls. Okay, so we're going to take this whole section. So this is like right in front of the ear, like right above it. And we're going to take this section, we're going to make sure it's nice and flat right here, and then we're going to curl it away. This way we won't have tight curls in the front, and they'll blend more in the back. Because me, I don't like it when I have the Shirley Temple type curls up here, so I make sure those stay in the back. And I don't know about y'all, but the front of my hair seems to curl, or mostly the front of everybody's hair tends to curl a little bit better than the back. Because the back we have more hair in the back than we do in the front, and we have longer hair in the back than we do in the front. So all the short hairs in the front are going to be more susceptible to curling, so they're going to curl a lot easier. But if you straighten your hair up in the front a lot, then your curls are not going to curl. Your hair is just going to be straight, because if you straighten too much, if your hair is too damaged in the front, it will just stay straight. So if your hair is not curling, I would do a couple of conditioning treatments. Let's see, this will go back. But I would definitely try to work on doing like protein treatments. You can go to your hair salon, ask for like a keratin protein treatment. I would not do a keratin smoothing treatment. I'm actually going to do a video on the difference between a keratin treatment, a keratin protein treatment, and a keratin straightening treatment. Okay, I'm going to separate these two strands. I'm sorry if I don't have a really professional looking setup. This is my camper. We do live in a camper. We're not poor, but we live a simple life in this household, so yeah. I like living in the camper because it's really big. Me and Josh can still have our own space. We have 3 TVs. We have the one in here, but I also bring my laptop in here. There's one in the main living room area where the kitchen and everything is, and then we have like an upstairs kind of area with our bed, and we have another TV up there. And I normally keep my laptop up there, but since it's been so hot here lately, I like to keep everything back here because it stays colder. Let me go get another thing. Okay, I got another clippy because to me it's faster than trying to put a rubber band in it. And your hair's your hair dents more when you have rubber bands in it. So to get rid of all the dents that are possibly going to go into the hair, you want to just keep those away. Okay, I'm going to take vertical or horizontal. I don't know. I call this horizontal because you're going horizontal. Vertical is mostly like going this way. But I'm going to start doing this side, and this is where I part my hair, but I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep it like this. So, we're going to start making side to side sections, and these sections are going to start right here above the ear, so that's where I started doing it. The rest back here on the crown, I curled back, or curled to the side away from the face because it creates volume. These, I'm going to do what I did to the rest of the sections. I'm going to make sure all this is straight. And to make sure you get this hair really straight, you want to go directly out from the head, because your hair naturally grows straight out from the head. So like up here it goes up here it goes a little tilted, and then it like keeps, and then it gets right here and it goes out, and then down here it goes more down. So you have like a whole 360 of hair, and so you want to go directly out from the scalp. And if you're a hairstylist, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, you're going to be like a little confused. See, this hair naturally goes like that. Because if I do this, hair starts, you know, over directing, but my hair goes straight out from the head right here. So if you want, you can do that. It will also create volume too if you over direct. So if I went a little bit more this way, it would create a little bit more volume. But I want my curls to kind of go down more and not be so voluminous. I want subtle tea in my hair. So I'm going to kind of do that to loosen up the curl. There we go. We don't want Shirley Temple's short hair. We want it to be very relaxed. And if you have like a rat tail comb, I would use that to split your hair because you'll have better, have more distinct lines. And if you see right here, if you use my finger, it's like more jagged. And I'm gonna clip right here. This is when I wish somebody else could do my hair because I have all this stuff in my face. You can't see these sections. The top of my hair has less density, so it starts getting a little thin. This is where I would start using a comb, but I don't know where any of my combs are, so we're just gonna go. And then I'm not curling my hair all the way because I don't want these to be too curly and this section to be too curly. So we're kind of doing like a half right there. If anything, you can take it forward. The straightener is so good. Like, I've had this since beauty school and I love it. Okay, that's gonna curl a different way, you'll see later on. It's gonna have a different effect. It's gonna have a more feathered effect. So when you curl forward and you brush the curls back, it's gonna have a more feathery looking or feathery look to it. This I would take straight up rather than what I'm doing right now. But this one I don't want curled, I just kind of want to create a little bump. And I'm going to go forward a little bit and go down. That way it has that look. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to take this. This is the Nourishing Coconut Oil Weightless Hydration Oil Mist by OGX Pure or Body Pure and Simple. And this stuff, a little does not go a long way. And like, I've only had this for like a month or two, and it's already way down to here. I like it when my products last a long time and not just, you know, after a month it's gone. So we're going to spray this all over the hair. This does not make the hair oily. It's a hydrating oil mist, so it's going to hydrate your hair. Is that? No. It's going to hydrate the hair more than anything else. It will kind of pull the weight down of your hair, but it later on, it kind of just soaks, your hair soaks it up, and it's like nothing even happened. Okay, so normally I would use this, but I like to use a wide tooth comb for these curls because it will brush it. Okay, so this is kind of like before the brush or the comb. So as you can see, it starts curling more right here, which are the curls that I love when it like starts to curl more towards the ends. This kind of curled a little bit forward, but it will curl back once I brush it. I just want to show y'all what it looks like before. I'm also in my little spinny chair that I have. So that's what it looks like before. So, make sure to follow. Okay. So we're going to brush it. And this is also where I would, get a hairspray and kind of hairspray it. See, it curls back, and also looks like bombshell waves. I don't know if people still call them that, but back in the day when I used to curl hair, Victoria's Secret's bombshell waves were always like what people compared it to. So yeah, so as you can see, you kind of have to like style that part back. But that's what they look like. They kind of curl back. And I kind of like to run my hands through it too, just to kind of like feel it, because if you've done your hair for a while, you can kind of feel how it's doing in the back without looking at it. So there you go. And if it does look like it's falling flat as the day goes, I always take like a comb and kind of like, back comb through there, where I kind of throw it forward and kind of like do that, shake it up a little bit, and then it creates volume. And this part right here kind of sections itself and it settles itself. So that's kind of curls that again. Thank you for watching, and if you want more hair tutorials or anything like that, just comment down below and I'll do the best that I can. So, thank you.